Hey guys, thank you for tuning in another episode of Movie Talk with PressPlay Cinema. Today we have an amazing guest. It's a friend of Ashley Velote. We had her, I think, 2 weeks ago already. Yeah. And she is an amazing actress and model. So before going to that, just want to let you guys know this is the last week for our live interviews. So we're going to take a little break so that we can focus on our film festival, and we're trying to develop another short film. So we're getting into that. We will come back from here to 4 more months for season 2. So stay tuned for that. Now, I do have a short film I want to show you guys from Juliette before before presenting her, but I know for a fact she is busy and she has some other commitments after this interview. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and present her, and at the end of this interview I will show you that short film so that we don't keep her for too long. Okay, so without further ado, Juliette Cecile, how are you doing, girl?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Very nice to meet you finally. I love
And
your name, Juliette.
thank you.
Well, before we start with this interview, I would like to give you a free space for you to talk to us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. I am now an actor and now a model, but it didn't start it like that way. I was kind of set out to be a teacher for a long time. That was the plan. I went to school for that. I had a master for that. I did all the things I needed to do, and then life caught up, and we did a 360, and now this is what I do, and I love
Yep.
it.
I know exactly how it feels. And that's still not a bad idea. You can still be a teacher in film. Who
Yeah,
knows?
thinking about that, when I'm old and wrinkled and broken, I just want to be wheeled out and be a teacher.
There you go. There you go. That sounds like a goal. That sounds like a goal so far. Well, let's go straight up for this questions because I know you're busy, and girl, I can't wait to see more of you. Okay. So,
Oh,
first question right here is what inspired you to pursue a career in both modeling and acting? So, before you start, I want you to know some of these questions are similar to what I asked to Ashley, not all of them, but some of them. But it's because I know for a fact you guys' experiences are not the same. So we
mhm,
can all learn from something.
mhm.
Let's go. What inspired you to pursue a career in both modeling and acting?
So modeling, I didn't want to be a model. That was not in the plan, not in the cards at all. It just kind of found me. And I kept saying yes to people wanted to work with me when I had no knowledge of anything. And then just so happened that now this is what I do full time, but it really was not the plan. Modeling was not the plan. I cannot emphasize that enough. When my mom learned that I was a model, she went, "Oh, oh, okay, that's okay." You have a
Parents
brain.
are our biggest supporters.
She with me being an actor, but being a model, really, there was a stigma that being a model means that you're stupid somehow. So it really didn't. Yeah, I know. My mom is a very highly intellectual person. So when I was like, "Oh, I'm doing photo shoot," she was like, "Oh,
I don't think it's more about being like dumb. It's more about oh, you're only good for your looks.
yes." And we still hear that. Oh, you're over 30 now. What's the plan? Where are we going? I'm like, well, nowhere. I'm staying right here. Enjoy. And in acting, I had been acting since forever, basically, but I took breaks here and there. And then when I moved to the US, I was a teacher and I was struggling with public speaking and just nerves and being in front of a classroom of people who just stare at you. So I decided to take classes, theater classes, to improve my speech and my just self assurance. And one day my teacher was like, "Oh, they need extras for this movie. You should apply." I applied, and that's how my first acting job was on Garden of the Galaxy as a featured extra because I was in the scene with Kurt Russell. who I didn't know who he was, but so it really didn't phase me. I just showed up, but that was my first job. And after that, after leaving set that day, I just was like, I can't be a teacher anymore.
Well, girl, that's hell of a gig for your first job. Good for you.
What happens when people start? Great, I'm in.
Right. I can imagine you're like, oh, this is how we start. Okay, I can get used to this.
Yeah, I'm still thriving to get back to that.
Now, I think from all the time that has passed and all the experience that you've gathered, I'm pretty sure it's a piece of cake for you every time you go to set. All you got to do is take a deep breath, calm your nerves, and that's it.
Once I'm on set, I'm great. I think for all of the actors that I know, the same problem is getting the audition and the callback and the pinning and the blah, 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 blah to get onto set. But once we're in, baby.
Exactly. It's a process, but once you get it, you get it.
Ah, the feeling.
Second question right here. Our second question is, can you share a standout moment or experience that solidified your passion for the industry?
Oh, there's so many. I'm so lucky. I mean, I love being on set. So every time I'm there, I'm just like, oh, this is what I want to do. Yes. Definitely that first experience on Garden of the Galaxy was like, wow. Every day of my life, sign me up. And then even the small student projects, I still enjoy. I love the filmmaking aspect. I love everything. So there's not one experience really that was like, this is what you need to be doing. I just felt it every single time. Even the really bad ones, I was like, this is fine. We're making a movie. I haven't eaten in 16 hours, but we're making a movie.
It'd be like that. You know, one of the beautiful things about life on set, it's an adventure every day. You don't know what you're gonna stumble on. It's just like a magical atmosphere. Everything is so, how do you say that word? Spontaneous. It just happens, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, this is cool. Let's just keep going. Or, oh, that was not very good. I guess it was a situation, and then it keeps happening, and you're like, okay, I guess this is something that happens all the time, especially when it comes to people in the background, the cameras, the screaming, no, I told you, start recording, and all of that stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh. But it's a beauty. It's a beauty because we're all so passionate, so much passionate people in just one place. That's what makes it so extraordinary.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, even if you were an accountant or like a salesperson or whatever, in any job, there's always drama and things not going exactly how we plan. So we might as well be doing this.
True. So let's go to our number 3 question. How do you balance the demands of both professions and maintain a successful career?
So they kind of go hand in hand. So I don't really have to like pick one over the other. They work together. So, I mean, it's an all-time situation. I feel like the question I'm asking myself is, how do I balance that and personal life?
Because you can interpret it like that. Please tell us.
Yeah, when you love that job so much, I know my problem is I tend to let it take so much space in my life, and I have a family, I have a home life, I have like people I need to take care of. So not only do I model, but I'm an actor, and then like I write stuff, I produce things. So it's so much. When people tell me they're bored, who is bored? Not me. Never.
Right? There's so much to do. Like, you can even volunteer if you're not doing anything. Hey, is there anything I can clean up here on the background so that it doesn't, for continuity purposes?
I feel like the key to maintaining a balance or like success in all aspects of your life is to be organized, which I'm still working on. Guys. I'm a mess, but I'm working on it. And compartmentalized. So I can't bring work home. I need to stop doing that because I feel like it's eating time that I will never get back, that I should be spending on my family. So giving yourself a load of time to do things here and there. You're on set, you do that. You're home, you do that. and separating things,
Right.
which is hard sometimes, but I feel like that's what I should aspire to.
I think you're in the right track. You're in the right track because, as for example, what I do, I have this festival going on and I'm trying to collaborate with other creators, trying to make little skits and stuff like that. And at the same time, trying to do my short and stuff. And I have a husband and I have kids and a whole house. And none of that takes care of itself. So that's where I jump in. What I do is I have AD. So everything is just scrambled to me. It's like whatever comes in front of me, I will attend to that, like at the moment. So what I do is I make a little list of the things that are a priority for me. And if there are things that I cannot skip, that there you go. You see, I'm telling you, you're doing already what you're supposed to do, girl.
Each week is getting, or each day is getting a list. Like, this is production, this is my tapes, this is what I need to do with my kids.
Yep, you're doing the job, girl. You're doing it and you're doing fantastic at it. And it's showing in your work. That's the most important part. And put the times that you want to dedicate to that specific task. For example, if it was me trying to look for the SEOs for the YouTube videos and stuff like that, I would be there hours and hours and hours. But what I do is I put a timer for 1 hour and a half. And once that goes off, that's it. I close the laptop, I go to my family and I do what I gotta do. And that's like this, because with my ADD girl, I would stay there the whole week in the computer the whole week. If nobody stops me and be like, hey, we got, this is undone. This is that. I'd be there. So I need some constraint. So I'm glad we're doing that. We're doing it. We're in the same page. I love it. So question number 4. What challenges have you faced in the industry and how have you shaped your growth as a model and actress?
Because I'm not a first language like English speaker,
What's the other language you speak?
I'm French, so I learned English when I was much older. I learned it when I was like 19 or 20, so it was definitely tough. For a long time that held me back because I would get sides or I would get monologues and I was like, I will never be able to get past the language barrier. This is going to be such, and now I'm okay.
Okay. I didn't even notice that you was for bonjour, mademoiselle.
That was so hard, and it forced me to focus on who I am as a character, body, and like very much internal stuff. So coming in the scene with something that's very deep inside of me already, so that I don't have to focus on my lines, because I won't know my lines because it's in English, they mean nothing to me. And when I do say them, sometimes I trip on words, and that really messes me up. I've had people in scenes be like, what did you say? You know what I said. You know the script. You know exactly, why did I have to say that in front of everybody? It's awkward. But
talking about that, and sorry for cutting you off, is there any advice that you have for people with that type of language barrier? What are some of the exercises that you put yourself through in order to perfect that lingo?
So, just for the language purpose or for the acting?
The dialect, so that you can deliver those lines right.
Slow down. Slow down. We get stressed, we get anxious, we just want to get all the thing out quickly. And the blah, 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 blah. What you said? No. Slow down. And then something that I do before I start each scene, I hyper articulate everything. And I sound crazy, but I will say, there is no space available today. And then when you go back, there's no space available today. Then you relax into it and it feels better. But I will just like go through the entire thing, hyper articulating like crazy. And then it just makes things like melt in your mouth a little bit. So I'll do that. But like doing your lines, like just prepare. You got to prepare extra hard. Sorry. You got to prepare extra hard. And also, if you know your character, if you believe in your character, and if you have a lot going on, if your inner story is full, what you say doesn't really matter. You could be speaking another language and still responding to the character that's speaking to you in English, and they would still understand what's going on in the scene. So
Right.
you got.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's true. Like, it's just like you just have to mean. My teacher's going to be so proud of me. Mean what you say. So it doesn't matter what you say, just mean that.
Yeah, one of the things that are important, not a lot of directors are like that, but there are some that are sweethearts, and they just tell you, hey, I know that you have this language barrier. Please read the lines and say them the way you feel most comfortable. If you gotta change a word that still means the same just to make it better for you to deliver that line and feel it, you can do that. And
Yeah.
like the best people to work with because they understand and they are versatile when it comes to filming a movie.
Yeah, when the projects allow themselves for that, it's really nice. Then sometimes you can't. You have to really stick to the lines.
Yep.
So first you cry, and you go, okay, ba 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 ba.
It's right. Oh, talking about that, you did mention something about hyper articulating. Can you give us an example of how you do that?
Yes. So I mean, you'll just like, for example, I have a line in front of me. No, he's just a numbers guy and knows that marriage costs money. You would just go, no, he's just a numbers guy and knows that marriage costs money. So like all of these little S's, pesky little ones that just get lost, you then make sure they're there. And then like if you're doing an accent, if you want to do an accent, that's the same thing. Like you're hyper articulating that to make sure your mouth understands. It's just like doing a deep stretch just to do like a normal, gain normal mobility. You'll do like deep stretches. That's kind of where we're going, like really extending so that you can do this normally. Thank
you very much. That's a really good advice for everyone listening. Take notes. Question number 5. Can you tell us about a project or that has had a significant impact in your career?
Oh my God. So I have really bad memory. So when I do something, it's done and then I forget about it. So I don't remember anything.
Guilty.
I don't remember anything. I remember things that I've done this month, but like last year, I have to go through my phone and go through, oh, that's an audition that I did like 3 years ago. Oh, I liked it. Like stuff like that,
And you know what's funny about doing that? That sometimes we do these self-tapes and like you said, you just finish and let it go and continue with the rest of your life. And you get back to it because you thought it was bad. And you get back to it like 3-4 years later. And you look at it and it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It's actually pretty cool.
But it's not fit for me. Usually I'm like, that was pretty decent. And then you look at it 3 years later and you're like, I can't believe I submitted that.
No way.
Well,
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like anything comedic. Like I like everything. But I really have fun in comedic auditions and comedic projects. So those are really, really, really exciting to do because I get to really play and be goofy. But there was a project this year, it's still in post-production, I believe. And I had to really break down and lose my baby and like really be broken. And that one was great. I like to cry. It's nice.
Oh, talking about that, do you know how to cry on demand?
Kind of. I mean, like, yeah, sort of. I mean, I can cry on set, so I'm not like Margot Robbie who can time it to the point and like pick the eye. I can't do that, but I'm able to cry if the scene requires it because usually you build up to the emotion, so it just naturally. And I cry for everything.
So I was going to ask you that as a follow-up question. I was going to ask you what would be your method to bring those tears, but you just said it right now. It's like if the scene inquires it, it builds up to that point.
Well, so if the scene is well written, yes. If the scene is like something, okay, tears happen. Okay, that means that there's a lot of internal fight going on. So I have to add all of that build up myself in order for this to happen at this point. But I'm not looking for tears. I'm just looking for movement, for like emotion. So it doesn't matter if tears come or don't come, as long as I'm moved. But also there's like something in your throat, like if you something happens in your face that will produce tears. Like if I go like this and I'm about to cry and I kind of lift my soft palate, it starts to happen a little bit, and then like I can feel this eyes starting to well a little bit. So it's like it's not a full yawn, but it's like you know how you have a ball in your throat when you're about to cry. It's like,
Yeah, I think that really sounds like muscle memory. You know, when you're about to cry and you don't want to
yeah,
cry and you feel that knot on your throat and you just
you're
try to,
trying.
okay, let me go to somewhere private so I can let this go. I
Exactly.
think it's the muscle memory that you're activating right there when you're doing that. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, we're about to cry. Your body's like, we're about to cry. Okay.
And if for some reason I have to start the scene crying and have no build up before, I'll just go back in the room and be like, oh my God. And then it just happens within like a minute. If I just make the face of crying, I can't do that in the scene if it just doesn't work with the scene. But like if I have to start bawling, I'll just go back in the room and be and then comes out.
Let me tell you, Juliet. I don't tell this to everybody, but I love how you're coming in here with no filter. I love your bubbly personality, girl. I don't know. Maybe in another life we would be super besties. Let's go to our question 6. How do you stay motivated and continue to evolve as an artist in such a competitive field?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I have curves like that. I have friends, Ashley is one of them, who are so focused and so deeply like just like a bulldozer going through. Not like that. This is not me. I do like this. So I'll go through like tons of inspiration, meeting people, putting things in motion, and then deflate. And I'll need to be home, and I'll need nobody to talk to me, and I'll just need to like bake some stuff, go out, breathe air, and then for like not 1 hour, for like a few days, weeks even, and then back to it, back to like grind, and then deflate again. I am not a person that can go like this. I need like really real breaks. But it's hard, man. I mean, I compare myself all the time to other people. I compare myself to my friends. That doesn't make me any less happy to see them succeed. To the contrary, I want them to succeed. Please take me with you. But it's hard to stay motivated sometimes when you feel like you're doing a lot and then it's not going as well or as far as you wanted to go. But also, where do you want to? Nobody knows how to get places. So it's a really weird industry. I feel like in other jobs, you get a degree, you get a job. It's pretty streamlined. But
Pretty
this,
straightforward.
yeah, like for this, I guess you could go to college, but that's not a
You gotta
guarantee.
keep working and working and working and working until something works.
And then one day, it's not
And
even
then
about
you
it's not even about your talent. It's not even about. It's about what you look at a certain point in time that fits this. It could be your talent. Hopefully, it's your talent, but it doesn't even have to be your talent. It's who you. So it's like a little discouraging because you're like, I work so hard, but then it depends on who has money that will produce it. So hopefully,
I want to tell you two things. My mom, was it my mom or my dad? I don't remember, but one of my parents told me this at some point. They said, and I don't want you to take this in any wrong way, because I did heard you say that you sometimes you compare yourself to others. My parents told me the quickest way to kill something unique is comparing it with something else. First, second, I don't think that's completely right, because at the end of the day, you do want to compare your progress to the big ones, to those other people that have gotten to that goal, so that you can see where can you modify, how can you shape your career to make it better. Like
I,
it's like
yeah,
a self-education mirror. Let's say it like that.
I think the key is to know what to compare. So you're comparing your work ethic, you're comparing your process, you're comparing the way they do their research, how people like themselves, but comparing your talent, your look, your progress, I don't think is very conducive to anything. But work ethic, oh, I see them, they're working, they're doing this. Maybe I should, focus on that. Like, I think that's helpful. I think,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. People that are watching us, comparing your looks, don't do that. You are perfect the way you are, and it doesn't matter in which frame you are or in which production you are. There's gonna be something that you're gonna be good at with your looks that nobody else will. So take that in consideration before you try to change who
And
you
also,
are.
can't change. I am tall. I'm a tall girl.
I was gonna ask you that when we started. I forgot. How tall are you?
And
5'10"?
most
Okay.
men,
Oh, well, you're
you're
taller, hella taller than me. I'm 5'3".
but like, I can't play. I mean, it's not that I can't. It's just in certain production, I'll be too tall because I'll be towering over everybody else. So it's not about my talent. It's not about. It's just like I'll just be like a sore thumb in the middle of the production, just like, hi.
It's like, well, we need you with this co-star, and this co-star, it's way smaller than you. That does not gonna work in the frame.
Do like a wide shot, and there's like Lauren Hart. Like you can't. No.
Girl, you're amazing. You're amazing. So, hey, from here on, I'm pretty sure you're gonna ace every audition. Let's go to our question number 7. What advice would you give to aspiring models and actresses looking to break into the industry?
Enjoy yourself. If you're enjoying yourself, people are enjoying watching you. So enjoy yourself, be respectful, and try to learn as much as you can. Because especially for modeling, there's no school for modeling. I mean, you can go and get scammed,
Right?
but it's mostly work on the go and just educate yourself, watch runway shows, there's so many videos now of backstage of photo shoots. Watch how they go. Take care of your body. Your body is your tool for both acting and modeling. Your body is your tool. That means I don't want to see you drink on the weekends. You can't black out because you're not going to be good. If your body's decrepit, falling apart, you will not be good. So take care of your body first, your mind second. Everything is interconnected. Once you have a solid tool to work with, then you can actually try things and collaborate with people and give your best. You can't give your best if you're working with a broken car. So
yeah. And to piggyback on that, you did mention something a little while ago. You said something about taking breaks. And you said it like it was something that may affect your career in a negative way. No, girl, it's very, very crucial for every individual to take care of themselves. Just like you said right now, if your body is decrepit, what are you bringing to set?
Yeah, but it's knowing also what is, because taking a break, there's not a lot of you're spending 10 hours playing video games. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, balance.
Knowing what's good for you and what's not so good for you. I mean, I'm not saying you have to live like a saint or, and just do nothing. No, obviously, but everything in moderation, and make sure that you're not shooting yourself in the foot. Because once things start to tick up for you, then you're going to be put in a position where you're going to have to work long hours with people who are crazy, respectfully. You can't be battling a bunch of stuff on the side, like health-wise. You have to, you're an athlete. Your body, your mind, your inner world, you're an athlete. You got to make sure you treat yourself like an athlete.
True. Thank you for that. That's pretty insightful right there, because I did hear that a few months ago. Somebody told me, well, actors are like athletes in the mind. And now that you just said that, it's like that makes more sense. It's true. Like if we are athletes in our minds, we do want to take care of that
But
part of us pretty well, especially stress, problems outside. Just fix whatever you need to fix. If it doesn't have fixing, put it in the back rooms, leave it there to find its way out and deal with your life by yourself.
just
Because
remember,
the problems, they will keep coming.
it's mental. The mental work of athletes is just as not just. I mean, I don't know the exact percentage, but like the mental of athletes, physical, like Olympic Games, like is very important. So when people say, actors are just mental athletes, no, 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 no. All of that is interconnected. I have a cat on my lap, and she's.
I'm
No.
a cat person, so
I'm just like,
do not even show her because I will know how it looks and I will go and kidnap it. That's how it is. Let's go to question number 8. I saw it a little while ago. I was like, hey, kitty.
just
Question number 8 is, what do you hope to achieve in your career moving forward? And what goals are you currently working towards? Because we talk about the teaching thing. The teaching thing can still be a thing. So we just got to keep looking on it further in the way. Because you said when I'm wrinkly and done with what I'm doing, then yeah, maybe.
92 years old, I want to be teaching. So I still have a little ways. I just want to make cool things with cool people. So if that means doing shorts for the rest of my life, if that means doing Oscar-winning movies, if that means just doing a soap opera, I just wanna connect with people and do like fun things with people that are just as crazy as me, and yeah, just do that until until I go. That's all I want to do. So I would love to do like a TV show, like comedy. I would love to do. I mean, I'm not picky. Just like to make.
I love it. I love what you're saying because basically what you said is I want to be part of something bigger than me that counts. And that's precious because right now the slogan of our company is there to inspire. And that's just what you're doing. So, girl, kudos for that, for real. Go to question number 9. Can you share any behind the scenes stories or funny anecdotes from your time on set or at the fashion shows?
Kurt Russell wanted to lick my ears.
What? Why for? Did he give you some context for this?
Get up, so I was like fully latex. I looked like a lizard, and we were getting lensed in the same little tent. And he just turns towards me. He's like, "That's cool." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Hey, can I lick that? I'm gonna ask if I can lick that. I'm gonna lick it. I'm gonna lick my ear. So he licked my ear, and then he did it. And then Jim Scott, when they cut, was like, "Hey, don't lick the ear." But I thought it was cool. I mean, like, nah, don't lick the ear.
I mean, if it's latex, if you're telling me that you're all covered in latex, it looks like you're like a giant gummy bear.
A lizard, giant lizard.
Oh, wait, he wanted to lick a lizard?
Yeah.
I
have the ear right now in my. I kept the ear. I don't know if that's the ear that he licked, but I have an ear one.
Oh wow. Listen, it's licking lizards. That's new. That's questionable. If I ever get to interview him, I will have to ask him about this. I'll be like, hey, I need you to tell me what is your thing with lizards.
Oh, I was an alien. I looked like a lizard, but I was an alien. But yeah, he's a funny guy. I mean, there's always like there's always something interesting happening on set. It's never boring,
Right.
I fell sometime during a runway. My heel fell through the platform. Like,
how did you manage?
Well, I went like this, and then after that, I turned around. I was like, oh. So I picked my shoe off the thing. I took off my other shoe, and I walked with my shoes in my hands.
Oh, there you go.
There
you go.
But I almost broke my ankle, but I didn't. So that was like more scary than it was actually. But yeah, that was like just walking, you're doing the thing, and suddenly,
I'll be honest with you. I've seen a few videos of these runway models that just fall and they play it off.
nightmare.
Gracious. I'll be honest with you. It may be a nightmare for them because they're like in front of a whole crowd. But you know how gracious it looks when you just don't let that bother you and you just stand up and start. Because right now you're telling me what you did, and I'm envisioning you like, okay.
I was not graceful. I just was like, but you know, also don't really do runway anymore. It's not an atmosphere that I very much enjoy. I have a lot of friends who love runway. Love it. They do Miami. Like right now it's Miami Swim Week. They'll do that. They're there. They're having such a great time. And I love that for them. It is not for me.
What is something you don't like about that life?
It's to me, and I'm not going to speak for every single show because I have not been in every single show, and I'm not going to, I mean, I've heard about luxury, very high-end shows, and usually they're pretty much like what I'm about to describe, but it's very chaotic, crazy. Nobody knows what's going on. You get to rehearse maybe once or twice. People are stressed, so they speak to you like you mean nothing. I've had my body described in very condescending and negative ways to my face. And I was here doing an unpaid runway for you. And you're talking about my body.
Wait, unpaid.
At the beginning.
And they have the audacity to say that stuff to your face.
Yeah.
Girl.
I've always had like not an ego.
That's patience, kids. Woo.
Joke saying that I don't have dignity, but I have dignity, and every time that happened, I'm just like, what you said?
No, but this is the thing. It's not even about dignity. Sometimes it's about a patience, because you understand and you know your worth and your value, so you know that you don't have to engage with this shenanigans. But at the same time, you do understand that these people are going through a turmoil of emotions with everything that they're going through, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna let it pass just because of the current setting and the atmosphere.
I'll just never work.
Just know that if we were in the sidewalk, I wouldn't let that slide.
And then it's just disrespectful. There's ways they handle models backstage that's disrespectful. People taking photos, not caring if people are naked. It's just like to me, the runway world is not something that I like. People love the adrenaline. They love the show. They love like the pressure. That's such a fun thing. It doesn't do anything.
So to summarize it, what you're saying is it's like a lot of slippery slopes.
Yeah, I feel like you can have a good producer that will really take care of you and make sure you're having a good time. And that's happened recently, actually. And I'm very glad it happened. But like also, it's most of the time, out of all of the shows that I've done, majority was like, I went home feeling violated, you know. I was just like, well, I'm never doing that again. So I don't know, but I also don't love like the performance of it necessarily. Ashley loves the performance. She loves the walk. She loves the music. She loves doing the thing, working with the clothes. It is not something.
I feel Ashley was born to be a model. Like she really embodies it. She really tries to she really gives the extra mile when it comes to modeling, and she does it. She's starting to do her acting too, which she's fantastic, but her modeling, whoa, it's I told her, listen, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
I know she's very,
because they will see you and they will not stop watching, period.
Okay, can you go over there, Lila, please? Thank you.
Now I do want to tell you, you have an amazing personality. I love how you carry yourself. I love the way you are expressing yourself, the way you're just easygoing. And I think that sometimes intimidates these other people that don't have those liberties.
Really?
I do feel so, yeah. Because, for example, you just telling me that you went to this unpaid gig and you went for a fashion and they said those type of stuff to your face. If it was somebody else, they wouldn't have let us slide. They would have disrespected them and walked out. But you know that there's much more at stake here. It's not just this gig. It's the people that are in charge of this gig that have connections with that other people that may cast me later on, and they will talk about this experience, and they may blacklist me or not even.
I don't care. I don't care about being blacklisted. That's the thing. I do not care because I don't want to be working with them again. Like, blacklist, save your peace. Your peace is as important as everybody else's peace. So if things are happening, I'm talking right now. Thank you.
What's your daughter's name? Is that your daughter? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's my daughter.
Okay.
No, I'm talking right now. But yeah, your piece is important. And if it means that you're not working with people, I mean, obviously, like, you don't need to be crazy and disrespectful, but you can stand your ground and say the things like, hey, thank you. You saw my com card before I got here. These are my measurements. If they don't work for you, I am happy to leave. No, are you sure? Because you sounded like you didn't like me. I don't need to be there. I have other things to do. What? If you need me, I'm happy to stay. But if you don't want me, I'll save us the trouble. I'll go. Doors this way.
Listen, Juliet, whoever tells you no, have a serious mental issue. So let's go to our question number 10. How do you define success in your industry? And what does it mean to you personally as a model and actress?
Oh, that's such a good question. I feel like it's hard to word it because you can think of it as like being able to take care of your family, doing what you love. That could be one way to see success. I just want to be proud of what I do. There's not even money included. I could be poor as hell. I just want to be proud of what I do and produce things, stories that are compelling and that move people. That's success. Right. So,
Juliet, I don't even know. I don't want to sound like I'm bootlicking, but girl, I hope we stay connected after this because you're amazing, just the way you are. Just the way you are amazing. I did not expect meeting such a personality. So that being said, that was the end of our questions, but I'm not done with you yet. Right now, we're going to one of our segments right here. It's called Artistic Advice. So in general, any advice that you would love to give to an actress, a model, something that you think is crucial for them to know in their careers?
Let me think. So do your research, educate yourself. Do your research. Take care of your body. That doesn't mean get skinny. It means be healthy and make sure that you can run the distance. Because people out there are running. If you're not running with them or along them faster than them, you're not getting the job. So you got to make sure that you can run. And be patient. Oh, Juliet, be patient. Yeah, I hear you. Be patient. Because things could happen like this, but it could also take years. Each step is a success. Take day by day. And then don't be afraid to explore things on your own too. Don't wait for someone to give you the opportunity. Make it happen for yourself. And I'm not going to say like, oh, you have a phone. Sure, you have a phone. You can do it on your phone. That's fine. You can use this. But you can also collaborate with people. There's so many people out there that social media, I sound like such a boomer, but social media is out there for you to use it. So collaborate with people, write scripts, create shoots together. That's the whole point. We are here on this planet to connect with people. There is zero other reason. So let's do it.
Right. One of the reasons that our slogan is there to inspire is because we wanted to harvest that art of not just creativity, but passion in the arts. It's not about making a film just to make it, but to transmit feelings, emotions, a message. And I love that. That's very important for you. I really love that.
Yeah.
So that being said, In America, we have free speech. Here at Movie Talk, we had free art speech. So, ma'am, the panel is open for you to talk to us about anything you'd like to tell us. Maybe an upcoming fashion show in which you will be in the runway, and a new short film that's about to come out that you would like to promote. Anything. Go ahead. This is your moment.
We just did, I think it's hitting the festivals right now, but we just did a short with my friend Joe and Haysam, and it's about bullying and consent, and it's a very powerful piece. It's a short, it's called Play, and I'm excited for it to come out. And there's a short that we just did in May that's called Cold, and I got to be dripped in blood, and it's always nice to be laying out cold in the forest. So when this one comes out, I'll make sure to let you guys know because I'm excited.
Do. Please do. I would like to see that. That sounds amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming to Press Play Movie Talk at Press Play, Juliet Cecile. Let me tell you that I'm not sure what your mom did there, but the combination of those two names, beautiful. Juliet Cecile.
Yeah, it's my middle name because my last name is long because it's hyphenated. So we don't.
Girl, I'm pretty sure it's just as beautiful as you are in your name. So calm down. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing all this beautiful knowledge with us. I see your daughter being a little rugrat in the back. It's okay. I was having girl, I see you. I was having a like a webinar this afternoon with and I was telling the lady, so sorry, you're gonna hear my daughter in the background, and she was throwing toys at me. The lady was laughing her behind out because the toys would land on my face, and I would stay like listening to her.
Me things I'm just like
anymore, and she just laughed and said, "Girl, your daughter is something." And I'm like, yes, she is. And I'm like, I'm just trying to keep calm, but this is just the tip of the iceberg.
No, it's not.
Oh well, thank you so much, Juliette, for coming again. I can't thank you enough because the gems that you just dropped with us were amazing, and they are really insightful for artists right there, right out there, trying to look for more advice, more insight in the film industry and the modeling industry. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your smile. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for your beauty. And without further ado, I'll let you go because I know you have a commitment after this, and I will show your short film. I'm not sure if you know, it's called The Mannequin.
Oh, fun. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Have a beautiful evening.
Too. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to Movie Talk at PressPlay Cinema. Today we had Juliet Cil, and she is an actress and model. And that, without further ado, I want to show you guys the short film I found from her so that you guys get to know a little bit more about her. So let's go ahead and show that.
You poop stain, you scared me. Read to me.
Got a new one.
Yeah, I had to. The auction house had it solo, I couldn't pass it up. Ooh, get this. It belonged to a famous designer that got murdered.
Coolsies. Do we have to keep it in the bedroom?
Yeah, why?
This one's so...
Come on.
Funny. All right, I'm headed to the gym.
All right, bye,
All right,
baby.
bye.
Have a good time. Haha, very funny. You can come out now. Babe? Huh, almost missed you.
Babe, back from the gym. Babe? Babe? Babe?
Okay, well, that was scary. I will not look at mannequins the same again. That being said, guys, thank you for tuning in to Movie Talk at PressPlay Cinema. This week is the last week for interviews. Not sure if you guys catch me when I said that in the very beginning of this interview. Oh, just to let you know, we met today the beautiful Juliet Cil. And with that being said, today, tomorrow, all the way to Friday, we have interviews with beautiful ladies in the industry, pioneers in this industry. So join us and tune in to get to know more about them. That being said, again, is the last week for interviews. We're going to take a break of 3 to 4 months. We're going to focus in our film festival. Let me put that right there for you guys so that you remember. So we're going to focus on this film festival. We're going to work on a short film and some content creation for you guys to watch in our platforms. So that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please, 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 please do not hesitate to ask us if there's anything that you would like to know about the film industry that we can provide as knowledge. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a beautiful evening and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. EST. Okay, so put that in the calendar.